Have you ever questioned what defines you as you? What is this I that we often refer to? Let's dive into the concept of ego, the I consciousness that each of us possesses. It's a fascinating aspect of our being that identifies us with our body, our mind, and our individual experiences. It's the unique perspective that allows us to say things like, I am this body, or I am this mind. But it's not just about self-identification. The ego also creates a distinct boundary between us and everything else in the universe. It is this ego that separates us from the world around us, creating a sense of duality. It's the lens through which we perceive ourselves as separate entities, distanced from the rest of existence. So, in the simplest terms, the ego is our sense of self, a running background process that starts the moment we wake up from a deep sleep. Now that we understand what the ego is, let's explore when it becomes active in our lives. Our ego, this sense of I, is always running in the background, defining our perception of ourselves and the world. It's an integral part of our wakeful state, shaping our experiences and interactions. Even in our dreams, this ego is active. Our subconscious mind, where our dreams originate, is a playground for the ego, allowing it to weave narratives and scenarios that reflect our innermost thoughts and desires. However, there are moments when the ego takes a back seat. During deep sleep, and in the state of samadhi, a high level of spiritual consciousness, the ego ceases to exist. It's like hitting the pause button on the I. But as soon as we wake up or come out of samadhi, the ego starts running again, re-establishing the sense of I and the world. That is duality pitches in again. So whether we're awake, dreaming, or engaged in spiritual practice, our ego is always at play, shaping our perception of ourselves and the world around us. It might surprise you, but even highly spiritual beings have an ego. Let's delve into that. You see, when they emerge from a state of samadhi, the I consciousness, the duality of self and world, arises again. But it's different, it's transformed, which they purposefully keep it for awakening the world from the Maya, or delusion. Take Hanuman for instance. His ego is that of a servant, always ready to serve and surrender to a higher power who is in the form of Rama. Then there's Narada Maharshi. He retains the ego of a devotee, Adi Shankaracharya, embodying the ego of a knower, roaming around to awaken us from this worldly dream. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's ego is like that of a child, full of innocence and complete surrender to Ma Kali. Radha, the supreme goddess of love, carries the ego of a lover, filled with devotion and longing for her Krishna. Finally, consider Janaka Maharaj, whose ego mirrors that of a king, a leader standing tall in the face of challenges. So, don't always think of ego as something negative, but it's our existence in this worldly drama. Using this ego, whichever is your temperament, direct it towards the ultimate, choosing any from Navavida Bhakti Marga. If you don't know regarding this Navavida Bhakti Marga, we suggest you to check it out in our channel. Did you find this video enlightening? Understanding the concept of ego can truly open up new perspectives on self-awareness and spiritual growth. If you're interested in more content like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. And make sure you tap the notification bell too, so you won't miss any updates from us. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay curious, stay enlightened. Until next time.